Hey guys, today I'm going to make for you an Asian spice chuck roast. It's actually a version of a red cooked spiced beef with anise, cinnamon. It's got a great flavor to it, and it's going to be a good base for a noodle bowl. And today I'm going to use a chuck roast here. So this is a cut of meat that is going to, over a long period of time, stay really nice and moist and going to be falling apart tender. So now what I'm going to grab for the dish is one of the vegetables, and this may be unfamiliar to you, but for me, this is one of my favorite vegetables in the whole department here. It's called yu choy. It's in the choy family, so it's among all the cabbages and bok choy and napa cabbage and all that. But this is more greens-like, so similar to like a spinach. Sometimes you'll even see like a broccoli-like type flower on there. Again, one of my favorites. This is going to be great for the finished dish. Okay, the last thing we need to grab for our dish is our beef broth. I'm going to go with our organic beef broth here. It's low sodium, so you can add how much salt you want to the dish. It's a good beefy base for the rest of our spices in this whole dish. Let's go put this together. All right, so this is our red cooked beef, or we're calling our Asian chuck roast here. And putting this thing together, at least the start of it, couldn't be easier. So all you're going to do is basically put all this stuff in there and turn it on. So we've got our chuck roast. We've got it in a braising pan here, which is in a braising pan because we can hold enough liquid, and we've got a lid to it. All we're going to do is we're going to add our scallion ends, our ginger pieces, which we peeled and cut up a little bit. And then we're going to add a couple pieces of star anise, cinnamon stick. We've got our orange peel and our crushed red pepper. All that goes right in. A little bit of chopped garlic. Get it all in there. It always sticks. And then we're going to add our cooking sherry, our soy sauce, beef broth, and our water to that. And all you're going to do with this is you're going to turn it on medium-high. You're going to bring that up to a simmer, throw the lid on that, and then crank it all the way down to medium-low and let that simmer there for about an hour or so. So this has been going about an hour. Let's get in here and flip this over so this will cook evenly. Put the lid back on, and we're going to go for another 30 minutes. All right, so it's been about a half an hour, so we're going to add all of our carrots on the top of this. And we didn't add them in the beginning, so we didn't overcook them the whole way through. Same thing with our pearl onions. We'll add those right into the broth. Make sure those get down into the broth, and we're going to cover it and go for about another 50 minutes or so. That's 50. Okay, so it's been that 50 minutes there, but I want to make sure that you get in here and look at it and feel that this is really just falling apart tender. That's exactly what we're looking for. And now let's finish this one. So we're going to take our yu choy here, which we're going to separate into two different parts. So I'm going to split off the leaves, so cut those in half basically, and those will sort of wilt like spinach. But then these stems, some of them tend to get a little bit larger, so what I want you to do is take this and split it right down the center and split that in half. Just the larger ones is fine. I'll cut those right in half, and what that'll do is to help those to cook that much more evenly because it's half the width. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our stems and just sort of scatter them around the top, and those will cook. One leaf got in there. So we'll put the lid on there, and we'll let that go for about 5 minutes. So it's been about 5 minutes here. Let's add our leaves to this. Again, like I said before, this will wilt nice down just like spinach would. So it's going to come down. It's going to be a quarter the size it was before. Lid on, 5 minutes, and we'll finish it. So it's been that 5 minutes, and if you see, our yu choy is really nice and wilted, perfectly cooked. Still nice and bright green. We'll pull this out, and we're also going to, at this time, pull the beef out. And if you look at this, see, I'm even broken in half, so you feel this, and it's really falling apart tender, gorgeous. It's exactly what we're looking for. And the smell is amazing. Really aromatic from the cinnamon and from that anise. And now what we'll do is just take cinnamon pieces out, the ginger, we'll search around for the star anise, and then we'll thicken this guy up. So for the thickening up, I'm going to take a tablespoon of cornstarch, and we're going to mix it into a tablespoon of water, and just stir that around. I want to make sure it almost looks like heavy cream, so about equal amounts of those is perfect mix for just about anything you're going to thicken. And then here, I'm going to make sure that my liquid's at a boil, and then rather than stirring this in there with the whisk, let's just sort of agitate this by moving it back and forth, and that'll blend in nice. Keeping it at a boil, and maybe even stir it around a little bit. This will get nice and thick. Let's go about 2 minutes for this. So if you look at the liquid here, it's just slowly bubbling. It means we've got a little bit of viscosity in there, not terribly thick, but just enough so it's going to coat those noodles when we go to serve it here. I'm going to serve this with our scallions. So the top of the scallions, we use the bottom in the dish here, and I'm going to use the top fresh green over the top. And then we're going to do a little bit of our yu choy. And I've got some udon noodles over here, just simply prepared. And I'm going to take a little bit of our beef. This is falling apart tender. I want to see this on there. It's really shredding apart. Put that right on top, maybe a little bit more. And then the last bit, we're going to go with some of this liquid. It's gotten a little bit thick in there. I'm going to coat my noodles directly over the beef, warm those back up. Really delicious, very fragrant, perfumey. A little bit of spice to this one. And scallions just to finish it off with a little bright green. To me, this is a really great comfort food dish. I would tuck up to this any day.